We're 8th level, right?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah. What's everyone else?
I thought we were all 8th level already.
Everyone is.
Seems a little personal if they ask me my level. Or you just get on my level.
That's racist.
Hey, that's
None
fair.
of you are
I'll just
on
put
the
you back a
level.
level so they don't know. But who's going to explain what happened last time?
We killed a bard. And we had an epic fight, and Brandon Elnil got thrown into the crowd and nearly died. Saw Derek.
But I intimidated them off of us.
Yeah, no, you just stared them down, and then they saw Elnil, and they were like, I don't want to mess with Elnil. She can turn into a crocodile.
Yep.
Or, sorry, an alligator. And, he said something that I can't remember. The bard before he died.
Oh, the last words he said. Siri will die. And that's where we're going to pick up today's game. As all of you are once again back on the SS Monty, being piloted by the great Captain Christo.
I'm hungry.
Let's see. The music box.
He's not the best to cook with, though.
I was wise beforehand.
But as I last recall, you all looked back to see the slow-filling crater where Tick's fortress once stood.
Oh.
Now,
I guess we're not getting the deposit back on that place.
as
Wait,
all,
you put a deposit?
Well, I may have tried to bet on us.
We can always find another fortress. I'm sure there's plenty others out there.
as the crew of the ship begin demagnetizing themselves and getting back to work, you are all greeted by calm. Actual, honest-to-goodness calm. Maybe not quiet due to being on a ship that is currently creaking and riding across what looks to be almost waves of clouds. But for the first time in a long while, you almost feel safe.
Hey, Captain,
Aye?
how long is it going to take to get back to the Arcanum?
Judging by the eye winds, I'd say 3 days?
Super cool. Do you have anything resembling a pillow?
Aye. I was paid for it as well. Andrew, get this lot sorted, eh? And he sort of points over and you can see a small human, maybe late teens, just come in and he's going to like, hello, and he's just going to lead you into his, I would say your rooms, but it's again another repurposed storage unit. Very similar to the one you robbed from, as you can see that it has bolts on both sides. Though much to your surprise, he doesn't bolt it. He leads you in and sets up a couple of cots for you.
I immediately grab the first cot available and pass out.
Same, but a different cot.
Am I still stupid?
I forgot
No?
about
Wait. Oh,
Remember
right.
Remember the last game, my intelligence and all that was dropped to 6 and everything else was to 20?
It wears off. It wears off in 20... It's supposed to wear off in 24 hours, but...
I mean, I imagine I'm going to bed on something.
Yeah. And I want you to get your stats resorted.
So like everybody else, he gave up CrossFit after one day.
Ouch. That's some cold shit.
Damn.
It's not wrong.
I win things over with my personality, not my muscles.
You are wise. Again.
Now I'm back to being Armax the Wise.
Armax the slightly less fluffy.
Oh no, I still got my fluff.
Yeah, but now it's smoothed out. That's wise.
Yeah.
His size doesn't change. It's just all feathers now.
Alright. But you all bed for the night, and you're all given food and whatnot. You're taken care of. And you currently have another 3 days of, you know, essentially travel. Although, you begin to notice the ship is descending. It is not flying. It's falling with style.
Yeah, I'm gonna get at least one long rest.
Same.
Yes. You can. Is there anything you guys wanted to specifically do during this?
Yeah. I was going to discuss with Unit what the big evil shadowy thing said to him.
Unit?
I mean, Bran. The Muffin.
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Oh, hey, Armax. I've been needing to talk to you.
Yes. And I've been meaning to talk to you.
Great. Good. Excellent. Yes. Well,
So how do you know that evil fart cloud?
evil fart cloud?
The one that that threatened you and made personal remarks at you.
He made
That
those
flew
remarks
at
at the bard.
Oh, I thought he said something to Bran.
No. Bran just recognized it.
Ah.
Do you mean the entity covered in cold and darkness?
Light.
Light? Cold and light?
Like, it's the one from your backstory, brother. I copy and pasted it.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Yeah, you mean Derek?
Dared?
Derek.
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 Derek?
Derek.
Rig.
Derek.
Derek, but replace the K with a G.
Derek.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Derigable.
Derek.
Do you know its name?
Of course I know his name. He's a guy I've been looking for.
I have been looking for him for a long time as well. He took my parents when I was young for an elf.
He did what?
Took my parents. My parents used to serve him in some capacity, as they were apparently cultists. And when they couldn't hold up their end of the deal, he just took them.
Oh my god, you are part of a cult. That makes so much sense now.
You know,
That's a funny-
I want your opinion. I will ask for it.
Damn.
So let me just get this straight. Your parents worked with Derek on something, and then when it came down to the final stretch of it, he killed them.
Yes, as far as I understand, their capacity was to provide ritualistic sacrifices. And when they decided to introduce me to our family meetings, I was uncomfortable with it and freed that evening's sacrifice. And as soon as they were unable to provide one as a replacement, he showed up and took everything. including them.
That's rather interesting, because that's very similar to what he did to my family. My father was working on some rather interesting experiments, and when it came down to the very end of it, Derek killed him. And possibly tried to kill me.
Well, he did not try to kill me. The feeling's not.
Oh, I'm sure that if he could have got his hands on you, he would have taken your eye as well. Given you another.
So, just to make sure we're on the same page, you and I have been chasing the same guy this whole time.
It would seem that's the case. Want to pool our resources? We can kill him together.
I would like that.
I'd like that too.
Is this what friends do?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Usually it's not murder. Usually it's a hobby of some kind, but this could suffice as a hobby. Did we just become best friends?
You know what? Yes. Yes, we did.
I immediately hugged the brand.
Will your arms fit around him?
I
Sorry,
stand
wings?
there uncomfortably.
I wrap my legs around the brand in the hug.
None of you have the
Whoa.
strength. It's just fall.
Yeah.
Just imagining everyone waking up and there's just a brand wearing an Armac sweater.
Is this what friends do?
Yes!
It makes me uncomfortable.
Friendship is uncomfortable.
It makes
don't
me
like-
uncomfortable.
You
You
just
guys
don't
not do that.
You just don't understand our friendship.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Brand.
Right. While we're talking about all this, as soon as we get back, we need to speak to the Archmage. Since Kite? Flip? Twitch? I think it was Twitch. Since Twitch, you know, the bard we just killed, said that Abgor, or they said Assyria was going to die. At the very least, Abgor has bigger plans.
Yes. He's probably planning something. I wonder what he's planning on doing.
Let's hope it doesn't involve defending himself, because that would make our job a lot easier.
Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll get depressed and commit suicide.
Maybe. Regardless, that battle did demonstrate that Gary has quite a bit of power under him. So we're going to need to harness some power of our own. We can't stay in the city too long. We can't stay in the city too long, but I do think it would be in our best interest to hurry up and figure out what we can use the dragon aspects for. How
Does that mean... Well, we've got 3 of them, right?
Yeah, we got mine, we have Yanit's, and we have Ayaja's.
And we know where they are, right? That fortress?
Ruins.
The ruined fortress?
What are you talking about?
We found the entrance, remember? At that fortress. Remember, I put a gem in it, and the gem was part of the process. That's why I got absorbed into that door.
You think the
Yeah.
aspects are supposed to be absorbed into that door as well?
well, maybe I don't know, maybe there's a processing fee, but I assume they may open it. They fit into place and they glowed.
It's certainly worth asking about.
I'm sure that one guy could probably. I'm sure that one guy could shed some light on those places. Maybe there's one closer.
While they're all discussing this, since Eleanor has never left her forest, and this is the first time she's seen the sea, she is pretty much almost falling out of the boat, looking down at the ocean in awe, like slack-jawed, the whole 9 yards. It's pretty adorable.
I guess, yeah, the last time you saw the sea was the last time you were on this boat, and about a quarter mile underneath it. And you do actually get a beautiful view of the ocean. What part of it isn't cratered, though it is still a couple 100 feet down.
I just point and go, oh, look at that! Oh, what about that? And then I just, all, like, for hours, bother them probably.
Actually,
I'm just kind of picturing a SpongeBob face on the window kind of a thing.
Roll a perception check real quick. Alright. You do notice a couple schools of fish, even from this distance. You do notice two very specific things, though. On the eastern, on the side of the ship opposite of the land, you can see that there's not really a landmass, but there's some sort of dark mound beneath the water, but it's ways out. It's hard to tell what it is, but it's very colorful, whatever it is. You can also tell that there seems to be a storm rolling in, or at least a fog bank. Being this high up, it's hard to tell the difference between the two.
I go to the captain and tell him what I saw. And ask about the mound in the water.
Oh. You talking about the reefs?
That's what that is?
Most of it is.
What's a reef?
It's a forest, but underwater.
Her eyes light up, and she asks, "Can we go over there? Can we? Please, 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 please."
The arsehole who sent me did not pay for that. Second, we wouldn't be able to land it, and we wouldn't be able to land over there anyway.
But she's so excited.
Ships haven't been going over there since long before that bastard's fortress has been up. The reefs have not been kind. Where they were once beautiful shale rock, they're now become these jagged spires. We now call it the Grave of Weathers. We now call it the Grave of Weathers. Doesn't matter when you go in, you don't come out.
Sounds like a good place for a fortress.
Maybe. The Emerald Glades tried taking it a couple years ago. The mound wasn't visible back then. But thank you for the storm. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Now, if you wouldn't mind... Damn it. Okay.
Wouldn't mind what?
Well, you got a good eye on you, and I've never weathered a storm like this high. And I like you compared to them.
Really?
I wouldn't mind having you on deck. Because if the arsehole had to use that on that fortress, then I don't trust these seas. At least not yet. It'd be nice to have a couple ship hands that I don't care if they die.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll be fine. That's why we're
She's
high up.
squealing on the inside. in happiness. Sure, I'll help.
Alright. Just keep your eyes peeled. Mostly for ducks.
10-4, I salute and start keeping my eyes peeled.
Damn venomous ducks.
For docks or ducks?
Venomous ducks. They migrate this time of year. Or are they poisonous?
Do they sting you or bite you?
Yes.
Then they are dangerous.
They're also bad eating. Alright. If you don't mind, I'm going to try to get us as mostly out of this storm. And the captain's just going to go back to steering the ship, ordering a couple of his ship hands, you know, making sure his cabin boys keeping everybody hydrated, basically. Alright. Is there anything else you guys want to specifically do?
Can I make pirate noises like R
I presume
since
you
I'm
will.
helping?
I would like to convince Asia to allow Aramex to hang on to her dragon aspect for the time being, so he doesn't accidentally blow up the ship.
She's currently getting some medical treatment. Yeah.
Well, then if she needs medical treatment, I guess I'll just take it.
Yeah. Well, no, that's part of the treatment.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
Wearing it actually helps reduce the swelling for some reason. You guys never really did check out that Alboni very much.
I
It
mean,
was a dungeon trap for a reason.
what does it do?
Well, since she rolled the best case scenario, it's an allergic reaction. One that is immune to conventional medicine.
Alright, I've got to ask now. What is the worst case scenario?
You die.
Let's see. Clam golem.
What?
Clam golem.
Over your brain?
No, clam golem.
Well, how do you get a clam golem?
The walls peel themselves off and attack.
Oh, dang.
But I had
Damn
3
it.
months for this dungeon. I had
Dude,
shit.
clam golems are awesome. Okay, you need to bring back the clam golem at some point.
I was like, it ain't gone. I have his character sheet. But yeah, she's currently getting some treatment, and she's also helping some of the crew, you know, with their sicknesses, because there's a bit of bad scurvy here. It's almost like some of their supplies were stolen, and they haven't been able to restock yet.
Someone's been stealing supplies?
He says with a can of Captain Christo's Spices of the New World in his back pocket.
I purchased those.
He hasn't sold them.
I've been, using them for breakfast and things.
Sure. But yeah, if nothing else, then I need somebody to roll me 2d8 as you begin
Not
your
it.
travel home.
Woo!
Oh. Hang on a minute there. Okay. The storm does begin to roll in, and with Elenil's guidance, the captain's able to stay out of the majority of the electrical part of it. With it becoming spring now, there's more spring weather. And it's the shitty spring weather. And trust me, I know a thing or two about it. So you're mostly drifting closer inward, or inland. And it's mostly just dense fog. Like, even coming out of the cloud cover, it is just New England style fog. On the last day, Elenil, even through all this fog, you actually notice something Very interesting. It's a full moon. Which, it shouldn't have been a full moon.
Full moon, Captain.
What'd I say? I said Arumax would need the necklace. And what did you do? You didn't listen to me. What a surprise. I am right.
Armax is eclipses. The full moon means nothing to Armax.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I can look at the full moon all day. I stare at the moon to prove it.
Alright. And this is also the first time you've seen... you were in there for a week. Plus the 2 days you were underwater. This is the first time you've actually ever had fresh air. As well as you're almost close to the ground now. So you two are going to be basking in the moonlight?
I'm going to bask in the moonlight.
I will too.
Alright.
I will be checking on Iagea's condition and going over all of our equipment just to make sure we have everything ready for land.
Yeah.
I start howling at the moon. Does Aramax join me?
I will. Will you join me in a moon dance?
Yes.
We howl in moon dance.
Okay. Well, Iagea's been quarantined. Because she started infecting some of the other crew.
What?
Yeah, it turns out it's not a skin condition. Her magic is spreading it.
What?
It's nothing serious. It's only a -1 to dexterity. But she has been, like, completely cordoned off for the time being. However, you do get a... Hold on. Of course it's one of them. You do get one of the sailors, this one being what looks to be minotaurish, but far more humanoid, or human. You know, very short hair, horns are cut off clean, flatter nose, and he comes up to you two saying, you might want to take care of your friends. They're howling at the moon. And Captain says they keep doing that, we're throwing them overboard.
I mean, they're going to start doing the dance soon.
That's why it's soon. So do you mind?
I will speak with them. Thank you.
Alright. So you're going to go up to deck?
Yeah.
See, I don't have a good moon token, but yeah. Just a simple moonbeam. Alright. Unit, are you just sleeping? That's what I figured. So, you three. In the thickest of all the fog, there's this sort of calmness that spreads across the ship. Or spreads around the ship. Almost like the eye of the storm. And you can see a beautiful beautiful full moon. Yeah. Yeah. As two of you are dipping into full lunacy. Brad,
Did you say moonacy or lunacy?
Lunacy.
It's moonacy.
I like Moonacy better.
Oh no, Armax stabbed himself. Yeah.
Can't talk. Still dancing.
But Brand, as you're coming up deck, you're able to see that the crew is suspiciously missing. The ship is still steering fine. Sails are still flowing. It's just this eerie silence, intermediately cut with howling.
Hey, Armax, LNL.
Can't hear you over our dancing.
Guys,
this is fun. We should do this more often.
no,
We should howl at the moon more.
be on your guard. Something's up.
Oh.
I will draw my swords and summon my blood right for effect.
Okay.
Eleanor, we need to stop. The no fun police arrived.
What? Oh, him.
Alright, so are you waiting for a trigger, or...
No. Now that they've stopped and they've received ample warning, I'm going to go up to where the eel is to see who is steering the ship.
I'll follow him.
You begin making your way down the stairs. And the silence is intercut with just the sound of a slow clapping. They call me a villain because I deem to tell the world the truth. And yet you're heroes because you'd offer them a lie.
Sell to the market.
We haven't offered anything, whoever you are.
Bran, you are intimately familiar with this face. As the last time you saw him, everything you knew was on fire. Portcullis burned because of this man.
Oh,
And
dang.
now he stands before you, decked out completely in gilded armor. Large sword just strapped to his not strapped to his back, but strapped along his waist, lengthwise. And he's just looking at you, with eyes full of apathy and almost pity.
Which guy was this?
What stands before you is the name that I keep repeating because you should probably remember it.
Uh-huh.
Abgor,
Oh,
Emperor of the Frigid Calamity.
yeah.
Gary.
You know, the guy who damn near killed you all with a laugh. I tried to get you on deck. I tried. So yeah, Unit. He's just... Or not Unit. Bran. You just see him, and getting a closer eye, he is a very large individual. He's almost comparable to Ynette, but he's human. And you playing Dark Souls, you probably know what that means.
Yep.
Someone messed with the size modifier?
Nope.
So, we broke your jukebox.
He looks scary.
That's why they call him Gary.
Oh.
A shame, but not unforeseeable. I'm just more impressed. I didn't think anyone worth their salt would have survived that. I'm surprised no one did.
Did you come just to insult us, or are you just showing off like a peacock?
I wanted to see you for myself.
Technically, Bran, if you wanted to show off like a peacock, he would have a brightly colored tail and would start flailing it around.
Yeah,
He
I
is
got
not
it.
a peacock.
It's a metaphor, Eleanor. I'm expanding the bounds of my vocabulary.
Oh.
He couldn't even pee with the best cocks.
I just stare at him.
It's adorable. This is what amounts to heroes. a tree hugger without purpose or a grove to call her own. So lost and helpless in a new world that she clings to you like vermin do to a sinking ship.
I am adventuring. Thank you very much. And I start howling at the moon again.
And here we have an infant, so clandestine for revenge and seeking truths they'll never understand, that they'd make deals with the devil themselves. And for what? A little bit of light?
I think he's talking to you.
No, I'm pretty sure he's talking to you.
I haven't made any deals with Satan yet.
Why would
Are
I
you
bring
sure?
up what equates to nothing more than an experiment? Less of a bastard, but only slightly more than the earth it walks upon. Your
Not
father
an
was right to
experiment.
leave you.
He didn't leave me, he died.
See, that's the problem with hope, Abgor. When you decide to crush it from people, they start grasping for straws. And sometimes that turns out to be worse than you expect.
Oh, I never said I was unenjoying this. You haven't even stalled me. I just find it fascinating what insects think they can build a home on this damned wreck of a rock.
Well, you know. You hit something to make it stronger.
Oh, I'm well aware of your ability to cause havoc. I'd almost appreciate it if it was, you know, up to my level.
Give it time.
I'm just low on resources.
And time is what you have so precious little of. And he just still begins to walk closer and closer to you.
No, I'm good. So,
I'll put up the old mage armor.
I lean over to Armax and say, "What's a jukebox?"
It's a little tiny box that plays music on bells.
So,
Oh.
you are children. So timid that all you can do is beat upon an infant.
well, you know, they always say, fight somebody your own size.
But isn't he taller than you?
Which explains
Eleanor?
why you fought a tick.
Tick! I knew I was close.
It'll take him a while to come back. But I'll make sure he's better next time.
Plan on just turning the whole island into undead?
Undead. What you speak of is my servant's pet project. I don't care
Which-
what he does, because it's irrelevant.
Who's your servant?
Yeah. Did he not even give his name? Very well. You do all have a terrible habit of striking first. But it just means I get to have all the more fun to watch you fail. Just like all the others. 200 years. And it's all soon coming to an end.
Are you an elf?
No. Far more.
I was gonna say, how can you live that long if you're not an elf?
Because I refuse to die.
I don't think that's how death works.
If he's working,
I
if
have
he's
an
working with Derek, he'll be dead soon enough.
Derek. Oh, the whelp came to my door, begging for help. Said he wanted to finish his grand project. And judging by your eye, you must be it. No wonder
He
he
wants-
claimed you a failure. You couldn't even die right.
Maybe you could show me how.
I am going to use Hunter's Bane while he is monologuing.
Alright.
It's a simple survival check to see if he's Fey, Fiend, or Undead.
Okay. Roll it. Or. You study him, and as you've done before, every sign points to human, but it doesn't feel right. It doesn't smell right. And you take notice to something. And only you would. You are all basked in moonlight. The entire ship is illuminated. But all the shadows are gone. The only one that still has one is him. And it slowly grows closer to you, Bran. Almost walking in its own accord.
As soon as it's close enough, I'm going to thrust Ivory into the shadow.
Make an attack. Right. You drive your blade into the shadow and it winces in pain and then scatters. He doesn't react, but that shadow was not his. In fact, you can now see others around the edges of the ship. Like crawling hands. Not moving closer, but they are surrounding the entirety of the vessel. And he's just looking at you.
Shadows.
You wanted something your own size. And I'm afraid I couldn't pull out the very dirt beneath your feet. But if you're going to play a coward, then do me the favor and play the crier instead. Take your little infamy. Take your petty little win. Take it to the Emerald Glades. Remind them. Remind them that the end comes. But not before I. Tell them to leave this damned land. Tell them to return to their bastard homes. Tell them to leave Asiri to its god. Least they be spared my wrath. Or worse, my amusement. Can you do that? Or are you going to fail at that the same you let your parents die?
We should hit him.
You don't happen to have a timeline for that supposed end, do you? Because I'd really like to know the exact date when I can drive my sword into your skull.
Am I not before you?
I don't know.
He's just going to pull one of his hands out and he's just going to touch you in the forehead. That's it. That's it.
Kick his head off.
Punch him in the face.
Stab him repeatedly.
Pathetic. Fine. Spread the word. It's about the only thing you'll be good at.
I do cast Hex upon him.
From one of your own vestigial pockets, you pull out a small bit of darkness and you throw it at him. And it does encircle around him, locking him in place. Not literally, but he just begins to walk away, just giggling to himself. You gonna do anything?
I'll try to hit him with something.
It's probably terrible.
All right.
What would be a good thing to hit him with?
Anything that's not going to require an attack roll or a saving throw.
Let's see. So fireball is probably a good choice on this boat.
No, probably not.
Scalding Sprout, you think?
Do you have any divination spells at all? Anything to more information?
Charm Person, Magic Missile, Mage Armor, Scorching Ray, Hurl Thunderbolt. I can use the necklace.
Yeah, that's unexpected. Let's do that.
Yeah, he'll never see that coming by the general practitude of I can't see it coming.
All right. He begins walking away further.
All right, you want me to try it?
Hey, that's up to you. He's moving regardless.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll try the necklace.
Huh. Probably should make an algorithm for that for you. All right.
Probably.
All right. Oh, that is it.
Yeah.
Can I quill him?
All right. Roll your quills. You're using the necklace.
Yes, I'm using the necklace.
Let's see. Brand, were you going to do anything?
I am. I'm casting Favor of the Dark.
All right. Now then, Aramax, you point Therzadun at him, and Therzadun just like, nope, and just goes dark.
What? Oh, dang.
Oh, you stupid cowardly necklace.
Like,
I'm
Elenil,
standing here.
you fire quills at him, and they stick. Just a couple pinpricks in the back of his neck. He doesn't respond. He just keeps walking away. But you can see, like, little drops of blood.
Woo! I hit him.
And with this, I think we should roll some initiative. Unless you guys just want to take pot shots at him while he walks away.
Both are fun.
I am going to say to my patron, this fool before me claims that he has more power over the shadows than you. Show him your own might that he may know the true god of this area.
You go to cast Favor of the Dark, and you whisper a prayer to your patron. And that catches his eye, or I should say his ear. He turns around to like look at you as the quills just start bringing into him. Pathetic. She can't hear you here. Not while I'm standing. You don't even know her name. And he can spend his action, just keep walking away.
You think Pit would do anything to him?
Open a pit in the middle of a ship?
Yeah.
No. If he's
With
this
the boat?
powerful, he's powerful
boat?
enough to cast fly.
Oh.
So I just like the idea of him just walking away and just pull up that. Oh!
He's just falling. Ah!
Just hear him run back up the stairs. Tap 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 tap.
This is gonna be a little bit of a homebrew thing.
Okay.
I am going to sacrifice, let's say, 30 points of health to see if I can tap further into my blood right, since I know that has a direct connection. And see if I can, since there's no shadows around for her to use, I want to use myself as a vessel.
Interesting. I'm going to have you roll religion. As you are literally taking this upon faith. Damn it, I need to make his character.
Whoa!
Well, for the first time in a long while, you feel alone. You feel helpless. All the events that have been going on has been starting to reaffirm in your mind just where this all started. You supposedly have seen the man who took your parents, and staring at the man who killed that man is starting to set in. But you get no response from your patron.
Well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna try and run up and just clock him in the back of the head with a radiant baton.
All right.
Seeing Arumat, like, are you running up? Like
Flying up, I imagine.
All right. Yeah, you can make it to him.
if you get closer, I'm gonna get closer alongside you. My
right.
protective instincts are kicking in now.
All right. You hit.
Does he like radiant damage?
You strike into him, and it's softer than you'd think, but he's not dodging. And though you don't knock him off his stride, you do leave this burnt mark into his back. Let's see, -4, minus 20.
You're not really here. I've heard of soft-headed, but that's a little ridiculous.
Alright. Alright, Bran, you hit. Though there are no shadows here, you still focus your blood right, your birthright almost at this point. And you release this dark, vacuumous shadow, and it strikes into him like pins and needles. Each one piercing through another piece of him. You swear you just heard him chuckle. Let's see, and now it's going to be his turn. Let's see. Automax.
Yeah.
Let's see. He's gonna look to you saying that he's not real. Just gonna turn slowly on his heels. Looks to you. And he's just going to wind up one finger and then deck you with the other hand.
Did he just sucker punch me?
Yep.
Would a fireball kill everyone?
Does a 35 hit?
What would a 35 not hit?
You hit.
It hits me.
He swings, and right before it makes contact, he lets it go. And he just starts walking away again. You felt it coming. Kind of like when you feel like an arrow whiz by your head. Very reminiscent of One Punch Man. Thank you, Ned, for giving me that idea. That's it.
Damn it. I always get tricked by that. What with the one eye and all.
He punched at your good eye. He wanted to play fair. No response.
I'm gonna use Call Lightning on him.
Roll it.
What were those seedlings weak to?
Anything that hurts plants.
Does that include cold?
As Brand would tell you, it basically has to say it fucks up plants specifically. It's kind of a specific thing. Most of the time. But yeah, Eleanor, you see him try to drive Aramax in like a tent peg, and you pull the mist around him and condense this single lightning bolt that strikes into him, and he illuminates. The lightning actually crackles around his body. He saw it coming, but he chose to take it. And he just begins to walk away.
Why are you letting us go?
Pity. And to see if you even are worth it.
Looking for a real challenge?
Haven't found one in 200 years. I don't expect that changing anytime soon. He's not looking at you, by the way. He's just saying that turned away. He's giving you the full drunken father who doesn't want to deal with your shit anymore.
Next time, you're going to want to face me.
I do hope that's a promise, because it's too idle of a threat.
It's a vow.
Quaint.
Tell Derek I'll send him to hell.
You still
I'm
don't
lightning
know.
him again.
Alright, roll it. And Normax, as you say that, just... You still don't even get it. Alright. And again, another crack of lightning strikes him. this time you can actually see parts of his flesh begin to peel off and just cook. His hands are now charred and mangled, but he just looks at you with discontent. I thought you'd been a challenge. Very well. Let me earn your ire, then. You wanted to experience death. You won't join your friend.
No.
I don't think any of us said that.
You can't join your father. But I can get you halfway there. And Armax, he's just going to point at you and say a word.
Now,
Shit.
Armax, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution saving throw?
Can I use Dispel Magic?
A, not at that range, and B, no, that's counterspell.
Damn it.
Can I use counterspell?
You may try.
I would like to try to use counterspell.
All right. Let's see. Well, you're gonna have to roll for it. Your
What do I
DC
need?
is a 19.
Got to make a DC 19.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make it? You know what? Let's make this incredibly fun. Go ahead and put that inspiration on there.
Okay. That's what it's there for.
All right. What do I need to roll for the inspiration?
D10.
you get to add something to that as well.
Well, that's the bard's inspiration. So as
Well, it's not
Abgor begins to whisper a word, you just feel Derek just cackling at you. Alright.
Counterspell isn't just a 20.
Well, no, yeah, he would add his... He needs to make a 19. His modifier is not 11.
Yeah.
And since he added the bard inspiration, that's a negative.
I was never making it.
Nope.
Dang.
By the way, Armex,
Yes.
you take 101 necrotic damage. As this sickly green beam strikes you in the chest. And all the color in you just fades.
A green beam or beam?
B-E-A-M.
Okay, I had a very different picture in my mind for a moment. So, let me see. 101.
Correct.
My current HP is 51, so that is
1 point away from
49
insta-killing you.
that was impressive.
Armax goes limp. And even his normal blue-colored feathers have started to turn white.
I immediately run up as far as I can and do healing word.
He's dead.
Right. And as he does this, Abgor is just going to literally peel his face off. Laughing all the way. You just see him reach into his chest and rip the skin, sinew, blood, and bone off of himself.
I think I broke him.
And as he begins to cackle out, the fog begins to settle in. The moonlight goes away. And you can see in the husk of Abgor is a small human.
He turned himself into a little boy.
Upon investigating, you turn him over. And yes, he's a small late teens humanoid. that once gave you guys some beds and food.
I am going to rip the necklace from Aramax's neck.
Okay.
And talk to it.
Alright. What do you say?
Okay. Listen to me, you seething bed of chaos. If you don't do something to bring back Aramax right now, I'm going to throw you off of the boat, and you will never feel another hand touch you or give you another chance ever again.
Okay. You've had voices in your head before. This one's new. This one's deep. This one's guttural. This one is really not enjoying your tone. Ain't dead. You should be thanking me. He's not. Dumbass. And the necklace just goes limp.
Necklaces can go limp. That's cool.
Well, it was taut as you were... You couldn't pull it off his neck. You actually pulled it and it kept like cartoon stretching.
Oh, okay.
So there's just an Armax just dangling like a foot away from you?
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, as LNL pulls some of her necrotic energy into you, Armax, you regain consciousness. Though you swear you can still heal their cackling. You can all also hear slight coughing coming from the pile of human flesh.
I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Ooh. Okay, that's 2 failed saves.
Someone might want to save that tiny boy.
Hey, fine, I'll go to the tiny boy, exasperated. And I'll feed him a potion.
Alright. It is Andrew. It is the captain's boy. And looking at it, you could now begin to see the flesh that's on him is starting to boil away. It's staining, but it's not leaving anything behind. It's creepy, and you've seen it once before. The last time you saw Abgor, as he wore a bar maiden as a flesh suit. As you begin to feed the potion to the child, he's still unconscious, but he's no longer coughing up his and someone else's blood. As this is going on, all of a sudden, all the doors on the ship begin opening up, and the crew starts flooding in. Kat and Christo among all of them, wearing the long pointed hat with the puffball on the top, holding a lantern. What in each god's name's going on here? Why weren't you locked in your room?
Locked in our... We don't have time for this. Get us back to the city. I want off this ship, now.
And I want you... Andrew? He completely ignores you and goes to Andrew. And just starts, trying to, pep him up. You know, the water, the slaps, the calm words. Most of the crew looks mortified.
Take the boy to Iasia. She might be able to save him.
Christo orders a couple of his men to bring him down, and he just falls in. You can hear in the crowd...
What about me?
You can hear in the crowd of sailors, there's murmuring. And there's more than a few people who are just did they really just kill the captain's nephew? In cold blood?
Alright. Team meeting.
Team meeting.
You know, I heal stuff too, dang it.
Okay, LNL, we're going to our room now. We have to go wake up a sleeping giant.
You heal very well.
Which, by the way, you guys were one hit point away from committing murder. Just thought you should know that. So the crew gets back to manning the ship. You now actually learn that the ship can man itself at night, which is why they have such a smaller crew. But yeah, you make it back to your room, and as soon as you're in it, you hear the bolts slam in. Not like... less like, oh good, get the prisoners back in their cell, and more just like, shit, just get it going and just keep moving. There's exasperated searching around the ship.
Okay, so our story is he was possessed by a bad guy, and that's why we hit him.
I mean, isn't that the truth?
Now you're getting it.
Like, Unit's still snoring in the corner.
I throw something at him.
A blanket.
Right. Unit, the amulet of Tharizdun just bounces off your forehead.
God, stupid bird! What the? I was trying to sleep.
So I'm going to run after that like someone throwing your phone.
Yeah, you're searching around it. It'll take you a minute.
Precious.
But yeah, that is also something. The last time the necklace was able to be removed from you, you had that silencing collar of Ayaja's. It's never been able to leave your side until now.
Well, we're gonna have a long talk on why the necklace has decided to poop out.
I may have exchanged some words with. Maybe.
And he was already gone before you got there. He basically woke up, told Bran to get bed, and then went offline.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
Who are you talking to? What I miss?
A lot. Abgor decided to pay a visit.
He is not a nice man.
You guys just let me sleep through it.
There wasn't a whole lot of desire to turn our back to him.
We were kind of busy.
Well, that's good because I was having really good dreams.
Super fun.
I dreamt I caught the guy that had this clipboard and I beat the crap out of him.
Yeah. Nobody cares. Point being, apparently...
That was a little harsh, man. Maybe you should apologize.
Yeah, that's a little mean. I mean, we all care about dreams.
No.
Just let your dreams
Because
be
a dream
dreams.
is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep.
In case all of you missed it, Arumax almost died.
Yes, but he didn't
Yeah.
die.
But
Yeah,
that's
which-
like a daily occurrence for him.
His color is still fairly gone. His skin's coming back. His feathers are still bleached.
I am the crow.
Actually, you look more like a snowy Ingrid now, but more ashy.
I am the Ashbirdo.
We got careless. We got cocky.
I wasn't any of those things. I was trying to enjoy a nice full moon with my buddy here. I poke Armax.
Yeah, and if I hadn't mentioned anything, you wouldn't have even noticed Abgor walking up on you.
Maybe he wanted to dance.
Exactly. We would have dealt with it, kind of, maybe.
I hit him in the head with a thing.
Yeah, and as a result, you and I both almost killed a small child.
Hey, I lightninged him too, so I have some fault in this.
Congratulations, join the club.
But did he die?
No, thankfully.
So is it breakfast time?
No, it's not breakfast time. Am I the only one taking this seriously?
I mean, I nearly died, so I'm still kind of in the shock for that.
You know what's a good relief. They're a good thing to have when you almost die, but you don't. You take some bread and some cheese, like Gruyere maybe, and you fry it up. So good.
I say we get back into town and I don't know, maybe get some food and maybe try to do a spirit quest, see where we can figure out the next place we need to go.
If you want to get food, that. But my playtime's over. We need to figure out exactly what Abgor is before we try attacking again. It won't do if we just slay a bunch of innocents chasing him around all over the continent.
Well, that's why he's not really here. So we've gotta go to him. If you want to attack him, you're gonna have to attack him.
We gotta figure out whether or not there even is a him anymore. If he found a way to consciously transfer his body consistently, then he may not even have a form like that anymore. Which is why we need to find the information we need. We also need to find a way to get stronger.
And harder. And better. And faster.
Yes, thank you, narrative voice.
You hear it too?
Sometimes.
It's Thursday. Armax finally found him.
You're my best friend next to Bran, Tharizdun.
What about me?
Tharizdun is definitely a third place.
The ambient starts
I
getting
hugged the
really
Elenil.
hot.
I hug the Elenil, ignore the pain of the burning in my hand.
Yay! I hug back.
Yeah. Over the course of the night, your room was inspected. In fact, everything you guys have is tossed, moved, switched, and scanned. And it's not until the wee hours of the morning that you begin to see why the ship was in such disarray, as the crew has been throwing barrels and crates overboard.
Why y'all throwing that overboard?
Yeah. See for yourself. He pulls open the lid on on a barrel of salt, and inside of it you just see these slimy black and green tendrils.
It's like Abgor has some sort of corrupting presence or aura.
Or we brought some of those damn seeds on board. Never seen them grow this fast though. And he just hurls it over the edge. Right. But yeah, you can see Captain Christo, who's still steering the ship, although he has a sort of like 1,000-yard stare on him. Like he is just dead set on getting you guys back to port. And thankfully, you guys are almost there. As over the horizon, you can begin to see the large inland gates of the port of the Emerald Glades. And you guys are actually near the sea level at this point.
I grumble under my breath. He says I don't have a grove. I have a grove. And just, druidic mumblings to myself.
I will ask the captain how the boys do.
My nephew will be fine. Bastard didn't have him long enough for it to do permanent damage. Though I can only presume that the scarring he has is because of you lot.
You would be correct.
What did you guys do?
We apparently were fighting Abgor and we beat up a child.
I can't leave you alone for even 5 minutes.
Regardless, the Arsehole wanted you back. That's why we're here. Sooner the better.
We might need help taking Asia on shore.
We already have it settled. We sent ravens ahead. Some for our crew, some for her. They'll be taken care of. The Emerald Glade has reasons to quarantine. First fecking reason I've ever had to actually use it. But she'll be fine. It's infectious, but it's not permanent, it's not harmful. It'll take a couple days, but she'll be right as rain. If you can use that on her species. Yeah. He just goes back to steering the ship. And in the next few hours, you guys are returned to an all too familiar sight.
While we're getting close to the city, can I pull Bran aside?
Absolutely.
Bran, what was he talking about? That you don't know her name? And all this other weird stuff about shadows?
The brain is currently experiencing technical difficulties and will return at its nearest convenience.
That is a fair question. And it's probably about time I answered it. I'm not an air elemental.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Any other questions?
If nothing else, you guys are going to make it in to shore and...
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
I mean, you guys are the ones being silent.
Wait a minute.
So smooth.
Yeah. Okay, so... so you're not that, then what is it? I've given you my plant secrets. Don't even start this with me.
As a blood hunter, I made a choice to make a pact with an Archfey. She grants me special abilities, unique knowledge.
I would know. Would I know about Archfey since I'm an elf in the woods?
Roll nature. Because you definitely understand the words.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Oh, being almost almost like the home of the forest and its deep knowledge, the Feywild is well known. It's rarely traveled to, but yeah, denizens of it are called Fey. An Archfey, similar to an Archmage. A being not equal to a god, but by comparison to a normal person, might as well should be. An Archfey typically don't take... They're not known for making deals with the material realm. Hell, with few interactions that the material realm has with the Feywild, it's even surprising that he's able to speak with one at any given point, let alone earn one's patronage.
Would I know enough about Archfey in general to figure out which one he's talking about? Or are there too many?
There's quite a few, and you would know that there are many that just aren't known. It's basically asking about... It's the equivalent of asking the name of every politician in New Guinea. It's a known number, but that's one of the things you have to like really put some work into.
Impressive. The Archfey aren't known to talk to people of the material plane, let alone form bonds with them.
There is one other thing. Archfey
Yes.
don't have anything to do with Shadow. That's weird.
Well, wait. I know Archfey. Congrats, by the way, on getting a bond with one. They usually don't do that. But
Don't.
none of them that, as I know of, are connected to Shadows in any way. You're not pulling my leg, are you?
Not as far as I know.
I'm gonna have to look into this some more. And then I walk away and write down some notes and plan to research more Archfey when we get back to the city.
Congrats, you're
Because
in the
now
city.
I'm curious. Okay, I go do that.
Yeah.
Wait, Eleanor, you don't even. Okay.
Alright. So you begin to make your way back into port. And,
Do
and
we
you
want
were
to just
greeted with something.
Huh?
As the entirety of the city just seems to be in full joyous occasion. There's streamers over different buildings. There's small little bits of light shooting into the air. There's dancing. There's prancing. This will work for now.
Vixens?
Damn it, beat me to it. There we go. It's almost like the entirety of Dentine is having a festival. The entirety of it. There are ships selling small gifts. There are children out and about. There's merriment that even compares. Well, I'd say it's not comparable to the Winter Festival. It's just the entire city seems happy.
Well, let's go see the Archmage.
Yeah, let's go get a hold of that. We have some news for him.
Let's go research.
I have a few things I want to research.
Let's see if he can help Asia at all. Maybe adjust her time period for healing.
Well, Asia has been taken back to her chapel, and
Oh,
they are
she's-
currently maintaining it.
That's probably better. Clerics
Yeah.
will probably have a better idea of what to do.
Yeah, she's being taken care of. As per her wishes. As for returning back to the Arcanus Magnum, how do you plan to do that? Because the coin you used to get there the first time has been completely melted.
I imagine we can get a free ride.
Don't we still have that giant solid gold thingamajiggy?
Oh,
Yes, we
Eleanor.
do, in my box.
in her 1-inch square cube.
I take the box out, throw it on the ground, and say the command word to make it big again.
She just rolls this it almost looks like a metal die onto the floor, and then it folds out. Very sort of Transformers. It just keeps unfolding and unfolding until it becomes this 10-foot square cubed vault. That opens up for her. And inside, there is a collection of troll-sized shoes and pieces of a gaudy golden statue. A couple people take notice. There's more than a few people who see the glint of gold and start getting a little close.
I grab a shoe and throw it at him.
They take the shoe, they smell it, and they just start walking away, dropping the shoe. Just like,
Back away from our money! I'll throw another shoe.
Yeah, you should probably close that up and not show it again until we actually need to pay the fare.
Well, I figured we'd grab a piece now, and I grab a piece of gold out and shut the box back up and make it go small again.
Yeah. You close the handle on it, and it just shrinks into your hand. It's
Just one piece of gold.
Well, I mean, it's a big piece. I mean, it's all, what,
she has
plated gold?
She has an elbow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the boats.
All right. It's easy enough to find a scondola. They're moving constantly now. There's even some scondolas that are actually moving banners across, saying like victory, and glory be to the three ringed cities. Give praise to Tailwind. This is gonna be an awkward one. But getting to a scondola dock, you go to ask them to take you to the Arcanus Magnum, and they ask for your invitation.
We have money.
Well and good, sir, but I can't even get through that without an invitation. That's the only way you can get through.
Did we have an invitation last time?
You did. You had one with only one side.
All right.
Where can we get another invitation?
Talk to somebody from where you want to go?
Dude, we just destroyed that tower. Could we not just go there?
As soon as you say that, he sort of like takes a look at you. He's like, "You don't look like Tailwind's heroes."
I'm Bran the Blood Hunter. This is Ynith the Sword Caller, Aramax of the Arcane, and Elenil the... I still don't have a really good title for you.
I'm the
Of the
druid
Glade.
of the Thank you, of the Glade. I like that.
Oh, I like that. This is Elenil of the Glade.
I bow and add flourishes and whatnot.
Good for you?
Yeah, super cool. Let's see. Something that'll provide proof that we just destroyed that tower.
We have troll shoes.
Trolls wear shoes?
I have a coral.
Yeah, surprising.
If only we'd taken that guy's head. That always works. Didn't really have a lot of time.
He also melted into sand and blew into the wind.
Yeah, that's important.
How do we get in contact with anyone over there?
Well, there's typically an arcane recruitment center on every city. You can try through one
Cool,
of them.
let's go there.
Let's go there. We are going to meet this person. We are going to get our money.
I mean, good luck. Any business that doesn't sell food, drink, or toys is closed now.
Oh, before we leave, is the shoe that I threw, the troll shoe, is that close by?
You hit him with it, it bounced off his face, he took one whiff, and he just dropped it and walked away.
So it's fairly close by.
Yeah, no, I assumed you picked it up.
Yeah, I pick it back up and I show the guy, say, "Here, look, troll shoes."
And he uses his long pole to just keep pushing you away. That's wonderful.
I throw the shoe in the river or the water or whatever.
You hurl it, and there's this... As soon as it hits the water, it starts leaving like this green funk. No one takes notice to it, as there's blue funk and red funk. People are just dyeing the water different colors.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that. That's
That's pretty
gross.
disgusting.
Anyway, if you're looking for an arcane recruitment, there's one just down the road. As I said, they're probably not open. Everyone here is celebrating Tailwind's heroes.
Yes, that's us.
That's us. We need to get to the boss because something bad is happening.
No. and he leans over the skydock. Those are Tailwind's heroes. And he points down to a giant gondola that it's a Macy's Day Parade float.
Who are these people?
And on this float, which it doesn't have any people on it, it has these flower-made simulacra. Like it's completely made out of flowers, and it embroidered in like golden lilies. It has Tailwind's heroes, saviors, saviors of our master, and it has the 5 of you, kind of. Because Bran has a completely pale face, short ears, and blonde hair. Elenil has green skin and these short tusks coming out of the bottom of her jaw. And she's tall.
I am not an orc.
Aramax has no feathers or a beak. He just sort of looks like a plucked pigeon. And has this sort of dopey grin on his face, which, picture a bird with just teeth. That's what it looks like.
So some guy?
It has this large individual in plate mail, but it has really dainty features, and instead of a sword, it has like this bouquet on a stick. And this little shield that looks like it's made out of like a dinner plate. And it has this... Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. It has this very small-looking individual, bald, in blue robes, with this, like, toy sword hovering around it. Looks to be about 2.5 feet tall. Every so often it points off in the distance, and a little bit of spark comes out of the tip of its finger.
I am not tiny.
I am not an orc.
But Tailwind's Heroes makes you to be a gnome.
Okay.
Tell me, do I still have that thing on the back of my head that keeps me from using magic?
Yes.
You do, yeah.
Okay.
Can I fire that necklace at those people?
Can you not?
You've already used it within 24 hours?
I didn't use it, he said no!
Brother, he absorbed 68 points of necrotic damage.
Fine, I won't kill the stupid people.
They're not people. The entire thing looks like it's made of flowers.
Okay. Instead of the Arcanist, can we go see Tailwind without an invitation? We have lots of money. Could be for a business venture.
I mean, again, you can go to his house, but I'm pretty sure he's in Extensix. Whenever there's a festival, he doesn't stick around here. He tends to go up the nicer cities. Everything's in festival, man. I don't know what to tell you. Is there anywhere else I can take you?
Somewhere that will take us into the center of the city.
Alright, I'll take you to the recruitment center.
Good.
Right. Let's see. He charges you 9 copper. Because Aramax, with his strength, could throw a stone and hit it.
Okay.
But yeah, he takes you on and he escorts you across, which being up here, you can actually begin to see the larger extent of what's happening. The entire city is in carnival. All of them have toy replicas of goblins and hobgoblins. There's some playwrights that are performing plays of what happens during the winter times. It definitely looks like they won the war. whatever it may be. But after about 5 minutes, he pulls you down in front of a recruitment center, and it's actually a nice looking area. It has a very similar architecture to the Arcanus Magnum, very sort of crystalline and pyramid shaped, though it's a lot more modest. There's a lot more, accents of wood. And it has these 2 large double doors in the front. Yeah. One of you pays him 9 copper, which I expect one of you to. And then he'll just sail off. So what do you want to do? Alright, you knock on the door, and it's closed.
Nick, can you knock on the door really hard?
Yes, I can.
Do you do anything special?
Don't break the door down.
But
We don't want to get arrested on our way to go talk to the Archmage. Not this time.
no, I just not normal then.
Alright, you knock, and it gives off the same ring as Armax did. Door's still not budging.
Is there a window I can look in?
There is, but it's frosted.
Is there any light coming from inside?
Nope. Well, there is light, but it looks like it's coming from the other windows, basically.
And it's not like there's any people walking around celebrating inside the building.
Nope.
Can I walk around back and see if there's a back entrance?
You walk around back, and you can see the other windows. And going to the back, there isn't a back door, but there is sort of like a set of barn doors that lead directly into the water. Not much besides that.
Well, that was a bust.
Why can't I just make a door?
Just make a door.
Don't just make a door.
What are they gonna do?
Probably arrest us.
Like it'll be the first time.
It would for me. Don't make my record bad.
For all we know, they've taken our likeness and intentionally made it look different so that real people don't actually get any credit.
As you say that, a sort of small plume of tobacco smoke, wafts across your neck. That's kind of how Tailwind does. It's how he keeps control. Hence, it's his heroes. And I presume you turn to see this hulking individual.
Is it the Archmage?
What stands before you in raggedy, simple-ass leathers with a half-broken tusk, one covered in iron bands with a large crack in it, bottle in one hand, cigar in the other, is the one who's introduced you to him as the Archmage. Just with a shitting grin on his face. And more than a little cherry rose cheeks.
We were just coming to see you.
You know,
I
this
know.
place is really impossible to navigate. You should do something about it.
Each one's its own shitty. So we can only do so much. But don't think too much about it. I knew you were going to be here. That's why I came to pick you up. For the festival. After all, we're going to celebrate Tailwind's heroes.
We have work to do. There's not really a lot of time for celebrating.
And can we get an unlimited invitation to go to your place so we don't have to keep doing this every time?
You never questioned why the front desk knew you were coming, did you?
No.
I just somehow knew you were coming.
I mean, I think you probably got a notice that that place exploded.
I meant when you
Man.
came to this shitty. There's a reason why I'd let you travel there. The same reason that I knew to meet you here.
Because you're magic?
You have a crystal ball?
Little column A, little column B. And because I can see whatever I damn well please. To an extent. I didn't know what was going to happen when you Shads showed up. I just knew you were going to fight him. I'm glad I took the gamble and let you guys go. You sure put on one hell of a show. And I do apologize for the cantrip I threw at it. I had to do it for continuity's sake. You understand?
Not in the least.
Nope.
At least you arranged for the boat to get us out of there.
He owed me a favor. And he seemed to know the way. Plus, he's the only damn ship that would have gotten anywhere near there. Come. You're going to want to see this. And he's just going to start leading you around the city, basically.
I'm a follower.
I'll follow him. I expect to be drunk.
I will follow him.
And upon saying that, he pulls out gold and he's willing to buy food and drinks. You guys are getting very full or very loaded, depending on your preference. He's buying.
I get the most expensive stuff where we go.
He's covered in food and water. He's not buying jewelry.
I mean, you can buy expensive food. Like, I imagine,
That's
like,
what I did.
like I imagine we're not getting Dippin' Dots.
Why not? I
Well,
want Dippin' Dots.
It's Carnival. Dippin' Dots is like the rarity.
Well, I'm expecting like a pie. Like,
Oh
like
no,
not even.
There's
like, not even.
It's Epcot. Imagine
Like,
every food in Epcot served at once.
I just want like a whole pie.
All right, you'll get your whole pie. Gonna be piping hot.
Whole pie.
Yeah, he's gonna start walking you back down to to where you still have a room. Because thankfully you did pay for the month in advance. So yeah. I had a vision a couple months back of this sorry-looking lot of has-beens and half-wits. But for some reason, would be stupid enough to go into that damn fortress, lucky enough to kill Tick, and somehow make it back.
Am I one of the has-beens or the half-wits?
If you have to ask,
Half-wit,
son,
for
you
sure.
already know the answer. But yeah. I'm actually glad I took the bet. It's been hit and miss fighting that damn fortress.
Well, we appreciate the gamble as well, but our work isn't done.
On this coast it is. For you see, Tick was the hive mind. Thanks to him, there's no will strong enough to keep them around. Most of what's been lining this city's walls turned to dust. Anything else? Head for the hills. You damn near cleared out the entirety of the invasion force on the eastern coast. And that's not nothing. The waters are going to be open again. Trade routes. I won't have to work my mages down to the bone just to feed this damn city. Although ironically, it now seems to have an abundance of food. Which I can only thank the gracious Tailwind for. I can't tell if he's a cheap bastard or a stingy fuck.
Maybe
But either way,
both.
I like what you think. But, since the cities won't acknowledge you, I will. Thanks. You probably saved a lot of lives.
Can we get a couple of privileges for that? Maybe access to a couple of archives and things.
I already made sure that anywhere you wanted to go in the Arcanus Magnum, you could. You may not have free reign, but you'll be dead set to find a place you can't go into. It's also why you're allowed to buy from the cage. Hey, what? Do you think we just let anyone off the street use some of the infusions? Get a spell from the web? For the weave? Sorry.
Will we have a way to actually get to the Magnum?
There is no force in heaven or hell that'll get these damn cities to cooperate to give out passes. The only reason that we have them is because without them we'd drop the shields. That said, they never check what we send or take in. They just accept that whatever we're doing is above the law. They know I won't do anything to refute that. They're idiots. Been using it to smuggle for years. So, if you ever do need to get back, in a more direct route, all of the students know your names. They know your faces. And if they don't, it'll be easy enough to tell them. Any shipment coming in and out of the cities, just jump into one of ours. It's not fast, it's not scenic, it's not pretty, but it's not stoppable. And I figured you'd take a kick out of that. And hey, it's free. It's not like we pay for power around here. Now that I can finally detach from that stupid fucking rift.
Perfect. That said, there are a few more things that we've learned that we disclosed with you. Our battle is not done.
I figured. So what did you want to talk about?
Well, I guess if you want to discuss it here, right in front of everyone, to put it frankly, Abgor decided to pay us a visit on our way back.
It takes a moment to pause on that. See. Wait. That bleach bottle hair blonde bastard visited?
He's not a nice man.
In a manner of speaking.
He once tried throwing infants over these walls to try and scare us out. That wasn't the awful part. The awful part is where he got the children. And then what he put in them. Fuck, what did he do?
You get it. Not a nice guy.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick.
The visit was less than amusing. Aramax very nearly died in the process.
The fact that you're alive means he wanted you alive.
I agree.
And I'm just that good.
No, you're not. I've
No.
been the only one who's able to face him one-on-one and live. And even then, it was a stalemate.
Well, it looks like he's looking for another challenge, assuming that he was honest.
What do you mean by that?
He thinks we're disappointingly pathetic right now. But when we question why he let us go at all, the only two answers he gave were for out of pity and out of hope that we could eventually challenge him at some point.
Never known him to actively look to challenge someone, not just kill them outright. I don't buy it. He's
I don't
planning
either.
something.
I think he intends to use us. We do have a habit of mass destruction, and the stronger we grow, that habit's only going to become more potential.
I've noticed. You have an interesting track record. The graveyards and ruins you visit, as well as other things. He sort of like looks at, well, Bran, Ynet, and Armax. But you're one of many of the agents that we currently have running around. I've been sending out a couple other forces as well. You're not the only ones who survived that damn initial attack. So don't be surprised. You might get some backup soon. Especially after what I heard with your friend.
Yeah, we don't know how Asia's doing, but the captain did say that it's not permanent, and hopefully she'll be back in a couple of days.
There, hang on. You just gonna, like, look up a second? Just, like, sort of mumble something? That should be fine. Unfortunately, the thing that spat on her, yeah, that abalone was not from the material plane. Don't know where it came from, but whatever it was, it didn't like fire ganassi. So, plus for being normal, or whatever the hell that means these days. Yeah, we'll make sure she's taken care of.
Good. As soon as she's done, she'll need to meet up with the rest of us to find out what our next move is going to be. In the meantime, our meeting with Abgor made it brutally evident that we need to do some crucial research and planning.
Well, the libraries are open to you. And if anything isn't, we'll ask first.
You said that you fought with Abgor one-on-one?
Long time ago.
Do you know exactly what he is?
Confusing. Well, I know one thing. There's me sort of, it's less of a pause and more like a reminisce as he sort of stares at his cigar burning to his fingertips. The bastard has the same power as myself. Which means he's a hell of a lot older than you think he is. And a hell of a lot more powerful from it. I don't know how or why.
So you're saying he's like 50?
I'm pushing my 10th millennia, and that's just the only ones I can count.
Is it a
He's
power
older than me.
Is it a power similar to a lich?
No. His soul's his own. He has a power similar to myself, but mine is a curse. So I have no idea what the fuck he has. And so long as his damn calamity is there, I'll never find out.
Well, we're going to need as much information on him as we can get.
And son, I'd recommend going back to the start. Whatever he has is older than everything on this rock. Older than this whole damn plane.
I'm going to lean in and speak quietly. Do you think the aspects are going to be able to help us?
You haven't put it together yet. He unbuttons the top buttons on his shirt and pulls his shirt down. Just slightly, and you can see lodged where his heart would be is a silver-white block of silver that pulses with energy. As soon as he does that, Brand, Yanit, your two pieces just start quivering. And I need Armax to make a perception check.
I will do my best.
Hello?
Okay?
Okay.
What did you miss?
You said as soon as he does that...
Your aspects quiver. And he just puts his shirt back up. I know why I'm powerful. I don't know why he is.
Did I notice anything, by the way?
Nope.
We found some ruins just north of Portcullis.
The Alabaster Ruins.
If we investigated them further, I think we might be able to find some answers.
I think so. I sent a research team out there myself, but I haven't got word from them back.
That might be our next step.
Might be wise. But, I'll tell you this. With the eastern seaboard clear, I can now send my mages out into the world again. Send them all across the land. Which means wherever there's trouble, we'll be able to give some support. Not much, but a damn sight better than we could before. The roads will be a little safer. But don't let your guard down.
No, I imagine we'll be going to the parts of the world that you can't send people yet. But at least we'll know that we will have a direct point of contact even if we're far away.
You will. And if we get some doorways back up, might be able to get you there faster. But what mages I still have that were willing have gone out and have started pushing back on his forces. Or if not that, reassuring the people, bringing smaller cities back up to snuff. If you needed to lick your wounds, now's a damn good time. Like the last time you have for a long time. So take with it what you will.
There are some things we need to look into.
Aye.
And for a few of those things, we will need to have the magic restriction on us removed.
Sean, that disappeared the second you made it to the Arcanus Magnum.
Excellent.
I just kept the glow there just to keep Tailwind off your ass. Though, I'd recommend not pushing it. You're still not supposed to be able to. So, keep it on the down low. My mages are the ones who put that into place, but it's Tailwind who enforces it. Just a word of warning.
I completely understand.
Which, by the way, as you guys have been walking across, you've gotten closer to that float. In fact, you can see there's a train of floats, all of them with different depictions of your misshapen, mishapped, and miscommunicated simulacra. And all of them do the same thing. They just offer cheers to the death of the fortress and offer praise to Tailwind for supporting the endeavor.
We're gonna get him.
I'd rather use him.
We're gonna get him before Abgor.
Well, Tailwind is using misinformation in the hopes of keeping power. If it's his people who did it, he's the one to be praised. Of course, sure be a shame if your name was up in lights. Don't suppose you have one. Something to call you by?
We certainly have names. I'm Bran the Blood Hunter. This is Ynit the Sword Caller.
Something a little simpler, lad. Plus,
yeah.
take it from experience. You don't want to be known as your own names. You want a banner to fly under.
That's a fair point.
You can call us Abby.
Give us just 1 second. We're not going with Abby.
At Team Aramax.
We're not going with Team Aramax either.
It's a good name.
You want to be called Abe?
No.
Well, I mean, kinda.
We could be the Revenant.
I haven't seen one in a few years.
Yeah, well, it would be ironically amusing since Abgor did try to kill us when we first got here, and now our goal is to kill him.
We're the Untouchables.
But we are completely touchable. You straight up died a few hours ago.
Yeah, but I got better.
So, do you have a name or not?
Okay, let's vote for the Revenant. Bran raises it.
I mean, do you have any others?
Bonesaw.
Wow.
Taser face.
Okay, just pushing the Marvel here. What's
We're
next,
always
the Justice
ready.
League?
The Justice League. We're the Avengers.
The Suicide Squad.
The Legion of Doom. Specifically Abgors.
That's a big asterisk to put on a billboard.
Legion of Doom. It's actually this one specific person.
Alright, so do you have one or not?
Yes, we do.
We are the Wolf Pack.
And this is the,
Yeah!
This is the DM asking on a meta level. Because I presume you guys
Wolfpack.
agreed on something.
I like Wolfpack.
Wolfpack?
The Lone Wolf Pack.
That's when we go on separate missions.
Or maybe that's Unit's call sign. Of the wolf pack, he's the lone wolf.
Ooh.
Oh, and we all get different wolf names?
Yeah.
I like it.
As the flyer, I shall be Star Wolf.
Okay, let's go with the Wolfpack. It's got too much fun attached to pass up.
This is the first time one of my team name suggestions has actually worked.
Yours is the first one here that's not either evil sounding or goofy.
Yeah, it's a little better than the Legion of Doom.
Might be called Fist of the Wolf Star.
Well, see, now you have to be the wolf stars, but that doesn't roll off the tongue very much. No, that's your signature attack.
Bran is Wolfsbane.
Oh, that's actually good.
That is
What was that?
so good.
Wolfsbane.
Oh, I love it.
All right, if you guys are okay with it.
Yes.
All right. Classic. I can dig it. Too bad Abgor won't. Too bad Tailwind won't.
No, I'm dancing with wolves.
I feel like that should
Yes!
be Elenil.
No, it's me. I'm the
No,
dancer.
it's me.
Like you're better as lone wolf because you're the only one of them who can survive alone on his own. And she's dancing with wolves in a pale moonlight.
Too. I could make good berries. I could live.
Oh, not surviving. Surviving, all of you are pretty good. I mean, in a one-on-one fight, Unit's got survivability.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
Okay, I'm the lone wolf.
and you can work on those on your own. But as you do
No,
this,
you're Timberwolf. Because you're tall.
oh, I thought that was Elenil's because of the forest.
Dire.
I thought it
Regardless,
was Timber Wolf because I can dance like Timberlake.
You could be Dire Wolf. Antic.
that's actually pretty good.
I like that. We're going with Dire Wolf. That's it.
Okay, so we've got Starwolf, Wolfsbane, Direwolf, and Elenel. Which one did you want to be?
I
While
like dances with wolves.
Alright, while you do this, the Archmage draws on the last, just little bit on his cigar and flicks it off into the white on the wayside, and he just blows this small little smoke ring that grows and grows until it eventually encompasses the entirety of the float. And then, as it passes by, the flowers on it begin to petal away. The floats are stripped down to nothing more than wood and some scondolas. All the flower petals, thousands upon tens of thousands of them, just get scattered off of these floats and are then just whirlwind into the heavens. As they meet the very cresp of the material plane in the heavens, the petals begin to align and create small little stars. Shining above the city, just after the sun has fallen, the stars align, showing the wolf pack. All 5 of you, now constellations over the Emerald Glades. People all around are amazed and confused, but somehow some of them know.
Okay,
And
that's
the
pretty-
festives begin in honor of the wolf pack. Most are still saying they're Tailwind's heroes, but at least now it looks more like you guys.
Yeah.
That's
But you're always being all powerful.
I do like that none of us have anything to do with wolves.
I do.
That is true. We need to get some wolves.
Yeah, I'm a tiger, not a wolf.
You don't think that'd be a little too cliche?
Well, I'm going to get loaded. If you guys need me, I'll be in my chamber.
Ooh, I wanted to ask him some questions.
Do we need to get smuggled back to the Magnum?
Thankfully, with these festivals, we have boats coming in and out all the time. It'll be pretty easy to get back nowadays. Just go to one of the loading gates. They'll let you in.
Perfect.
Let's get over to that loading gate.
Alright, and Yannette?
I wanted to know if he knew anything about these chains.
Alright. You present them to him, and he takes a look at them and says, huh. Thought he lost these. Not much I can say about him, friend. Unless you can find a damn good smith.
While he's examining the chains, I would like to attempt to summon my blood right to see if it works.
Alright. As you do that, you sort of feel the blood in your hand sort of pulse, and these small wisps of shadow encompass it again. You could feel the cold and thunderous energies around you. They're subtle, because I presume you're not trying to glow like a beacon.
No. I just need enough. And then before the Archmage leaves, while keeping my right active, I'm just going to get a little closer to him and go, so, next time I need to ask you about specifically your encounter with Abgor or the aspects as a whole, should I find you in your chambers?
You're really fucking clever. As he's examining the chain, he just sort of like hand waves it. If you need to, you can ask one of my assistants. If you ask for me, you'll get to one of them. If you absolutely need me, you'll get me. But I have other things I need to do. I'm good, but I'm also needed. I made this personal visit because I needed some fresh air. And I wanted to stick it up Tailwind's tailpipe.
I'm really only expecting one more visit before we leave.
You're not going to
If
enjoy
that-
the festivities?
I personally would like to enjoy the festivities. Besides, you promised to help me with that woman.
I did do
You
that.
also look like you survived hell. Or
That's
is this just your
normal look.
molting period?
I got hit with a necrotic blast from Abgor himself.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, he went easy on you.
It hurt. A lot.
Yeah, you should probably rest.
I would very much like to.
Oh, should probably mention. Cleared a couple bunks for you. In the Arcanus Magnum. They're not great, but damn sight better than you can get at a cheap tavern. I also had the liberty of having your... Well, I want to say horses? Moved over there as well. They were getting pretty hungry. Because you guys didn't pay in advance for your horses.
I thought we did.
Yeah, I thought we paid in advance for Moonbright and Star Sparkle.
You paid in advance for you guys, not for them.
Random name, random name.
I thought it was spearmint. Wasn't one of them spearmint?
Yeah. There's Spearmint and was it Moonblossom?
Spearmint and honeysuckle?
I think the
I thought one was peppermint.
second one name changes every time we say it. But
Yes.
one of them is definitely spearmint.
Spearmint and Abgor.
Yeah, that'll go well. But yeah,
That's like going around with a horse named Hitler.
anyway, I'm off. Do take care of yourself, big guy.
I'm gonna try.
And he just sort of like start walking into the crowd, you know, with a jovial step. And the second somebody crosses between you and him, he's just gone.
So,
I gotta learn how he does that.
Well, the place we can learn it is the Arcanus Magnum.
so would you rather do some rest and research first, or start investigating on your woman's missing whatever first?
You know, since we're already outside of the Arcanus Magna, it's probably best that we go visit her.
Hear anything you're saying?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Brant, we can't hear you over your reverb. Brant,
Hello?
can you hear us?
I can now.
I
Okay.
said go to the lady first since we're outside of the city. Otherwise, we're going to have to go back and forth.
That's a good point.
Alright, is that what you guys want to do?
I agree.
Sure.
Okay.
You'll like her. She's nice, and her son's run away.
Oh boy.
That doesn't make her sound nice at all.
Come on, you just pretend she's your mom. So cry a lot.
I hated her.
Yeah, this was the sobbing woman giving away her son's life's work for pennies onto the dollar that you saw more than a week ago.
Yes.
Alright. I'm just going to apologize in advance. So, traveling quite a bit of ways, which is alleviated now that the city is less populated. You do make it to one of the poorer districts on the edge of mercantiles. It seems to be semi-capable buildings, very projects. And after a few minutes of searching, you do find the building, the one she described. What you do see, though, is there is a large, wide-bedded scondola in front of it. The windows have all been boarded up. There's signage around saying, no trespassing. And you can see people beginning to offload what looks like furniture into the scondola. Among the people, standing next to the scondola, staring deeply into a clipboard, making note after note, is the same person Unit's after.
Play nice.
Hey, did someone die in that house?
Who are you asking?
Clipboard.
Oh, good. Yes. She was found dead about 3 days ago.
Now, fuck you.
She had previously hired us in order to investigate the disappearance of her son. We came back with news on her. Do you know how she died?
We just cut her down.
What did she do to break the law?
No, she killed herself.
Oh, I thought cut her down was a bit more.
Even I knew that. Jeez.
Yeah.
All of her property is now property of the state of Dentine. Any investigations that you had for her are your own.
Well,
Please move along.
No, that's it. That quest is done.
We
The DM killed the person who did the quest. There's nothing that can be done there.
don't even want to tell the boy that his son's mom's dead.
No, he's probably dead too.
I mean, you do still have the painting that you were supposed to pick up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a really cool quest. You know what? Let me see the painting.
Matters of art are to be processed later.
Yeah, it's the one piece of art in the house.
Do you have proper notification that it belongs to you?
Yes, I previously sent her a letter that specifically stated that I was coming to get this after I dealt with the tower.
Wait, did you actually send a letter?
Yes!
Yes, he did.
I specifically sent her a letter because I specifically thought, hey, this is a depressed old lady. If I don't, communicate with her, she'll kill herself.
Yep.
Well, you were right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thankfully, that does change some things. As Clipboard, as you keep calling him, we'll take notice of the letter. He's actually confiscated as part of the equipment. Documentation is shoddy at best, but the art is substandard. As such, we will ensure the piece in question is retained for you. And as he says this, the half giants who are pulling in furniture have loaded the gondola and have sort of jumped into the back of it like a pickup truck. We will handle this upon our return after festival hours. And he just spins on his heels 180 and gets into the front of the gondola. Well, after he locks the door of the house. And they're just gonna, sail off.
Got your painting, Aramax.
Does it look nice?
Oh no, he didn't give it to you. He said he'll deal with it after festival hours. The back of the gondola had beds, dressers, what looked like a nightstand. They just took that and went. He essentially said it's quitting time and said, fuck you.
If I'd known that, I would have hit him.
You could have tried.
I could have succeeded.
Are there a lot of people paying attention to us?
Not terribly. This is a more rundown area, so there's less festivities. And so people have been going to more festive areas. There's, like, people who live here, but they're sparse.
Well, it is a festival. Do you guys want to break into this house and get that piece of art?
Might as well.
Hold on. I summon the Saitama fist. Yeah, and I flip the clipboard off as he sails away.
He takes no notice. However, there are more than a couple people who, like, go like here. It's just like, no one cares for the bureaucracy around here. And you're going chain, or you're going slave?
We could always just pick the lock.
I mean, honestly, is there even a lock on this door?
Yeah.
We didn't lock the door.
No,
Going slave.
The other ones did.
Knock it over.
You're just going to slam on this thing.
He's gonna know it's us, and they're gonna come after us.
Who gives a shit?
We do. We want to come back.
To the slum?
Do we?
It's not a slum. It's the projects. That's why there's still people here.
There are people in slums.
Look, we
More people.
just took away an aspect of Tailwind's control. Regardless of whether or not he knows the Archmage was a part of it, he'll still be pissed at us. All he needs...
Okay. Fine, pick your silly lock.
And as a note, Tailwind knows who you guys are and look like.
Exactly.
Alright, so
I'm still going slave.
Alright, so you just have this big, clunking steel slammer.
I'm gonna pick the lock.
Alright,
Just in case it doesn't work.
do you...
I'll just knock. I'll lightly knock.
Do you have a lockpick set?
I do have a lockpick set, I just don't have proficiency with it.
Okay. It's just a straight dexterity check for you then. You feel like you could, you're just like not... There's like something you're missing.
Eleanor, you got any clever ideas?
Just kick the door open like a common thief.
I mean, I have whips I could pull out made of thorns that might help.
How would that help?
I don't know. You put me on the spot.
I could just knock.
Oh, wait 1 second. I might have a spell that can help.
I mean, if anybody has acid splash, we could just melt the lock.
I guess I'll ask you to splash the lock.
I mean...
No one lets me knock.
Alright, so what do you guys... Alright. You just point at this small little, like, cartoon lock. It's not a padlock, it's just like a keyhole. And you blast it with acid, and yeah, it just dissolves. So does most of the wood and wood frame.
Well done. Let's go get your piece of art.
I walk in the door.
Alright, so you enter into the opened room. And, yeah, to no surprise, most things in here have been completely removed. There we go. Put that away. It's kind of desolate. The only remarkable features is one of the beams being bent in the center. Fuck, I wish you guys did this when it was still active.
When?
I gave it to you during the Winter Festival!
I had no chance to do this goddamn quest!
Time was fluid.
I specifically did not have a chance to do this fucking quest. And I specifically tried to make efforts to avoid that happening. What, we roll a bad D20 to kill her?
No.
I imagine it was like a date-based thing.
Yeah. It was time-based.
It happened.
Yeah.
I'm still mad at it, though.
Yeah, like, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just one of those, like, it did not take priority.
It couldn't.
Regardless. It's... What you're inside is a one-room... It's just one living room that looks like it had an adjoining kitchen, and there are 2 rooms in the back. Alright. So what are you guys doing?
Is there a painting in here?
In this room? No.
Next room?
Alright, left or right?
The one with the painting. That line of questioning works, right? You just ask the DM, the room with the answer. Eeny, meeny, left.
Alright. Entering to the left room. And I get to pull you guys in. That is everyone. Yeah. Can you guys see? Oh, sorry.
Oh, there.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Now we're gonna be haunted by some old lady.
Alright. So you enter into... Okay, yeah. You know, for the time being... I'll put that on. You enter into a painter's study. It has a modest bed in the corner. It has a few hung-up paintings that have curtains over them. Basically, looks like they were getting ready for storage. There's some haphazard paint on the floor. There's memorabilia that looks like a child once stayed here. You know, toy sword. You know, like little wooden figurines. But most of them seem to have been in disarray. There is one central painting.
What's it a painting of?
Upon looking at it, it looks to be a grassy hill, or maybe a cliffside. You can see past it the water rushing in. You can see small little clouds moving across the top of the sky. You can smell the ocean breeze and almost like fresh cut grass, but like mild, so it's not like overpowering. And that's the one in the center.
Are there other paintings?
Hey, there's paintings all about.
But that's the silver tuna.
This looks to be like the one he was working on last, or the ones the movers were moving first.
Well, most of everything else is undisturbed in the room, so probably his. Does it look like a place?
Make an investigation check.
I will help.
Alright. So you begin to grow closer to it.
Oh, for fuck, it's a roll over 15.
Right. You grow close to it, and the smell of salt water really hits you the closer you get. And then you begin to notice the clouds are moving. The grass is shifting with the wind. The ocean water is flowing. And as you grow closer still, your hand resting on the frame, you go to press your thumb on the canvas, and it passes through.
It's dark.
You pull it back, and your thumb's fine.
Bran?
What?
You've been around more art than I have, right?
I have no idea why you would think that.
Is it supposed to do this? I stick my hand in the painting.
Armax puts his hand through the painting, and as it crosses by, Armax's coloration changes back to its normal hue, but it has a more cel-shaded look to it. More intricate paint strokes, as opposed to its realistic.
I pull his
type.
arm out.
No resistance.
No, it is not supposed to do that.
Hold on a second. Let me check something. I stick my head in.
You stick your head into the painting.
I immediately pull him out.
I am
And you're
looking.
back up.
I am looking for the artist.
Artists don't hide in their paintings, I'm pretty sure.
Unless they mean to go in their painting.
Well, sometimes you just get absorbed into your work.
How
But,
exactly did the lady not know that it did this?
Well,
She seemed kind of stupid.
as she said, she hasn't been able to speak to her son in months.
Gee, if only she had waited.
Is there like a table in here?
Like, there's a whole intricate story that I have written out, motherfucker. There's like small.
Hey, you could have adjusted the time. Nobody's saying that.
I know I could, but like it's something I've said. Time is still going to pass.
Yeah.
Like things change as time goes on. That's why that boss got harder.
Yeah. But you could have.
Do you want to take the painting?
First off, no. I'm fucking I'm gonna probably Super Mario 64 into this painting.
Do you want to do it here? Because if you do it here, we all have to do it here. And if we're gone for a long enough amount of time...
Can we please go back to our room and do this?
I'm a little concerned. Tell me, does the painting, get fucked up if I, take it? Or is it it only works here?
And you pick it up, and it's heavier than it should be. But it's kind of awkward to hold without putting something inside of it.
Can I rest it on my shoulder like a purse?
Okay, I haven't put this together. The painting's about 4 feet by 6 feet. It's like a full portrait painting. Like, you could fit into this thing if you chose to.
Oh, you're just tempting me way too much.
I'm just sitting at the table, drumming my fingers.
I think we should have Yadnit carry this back to our room,
I jump in
and
the
then we
painting.
jump in it.
And Armax is gone, thank goodness. Armax steps into it, and there's no, warbling effect. It's just now Armax's, take on me into the painting.
No, it's clearly Wind Waker.
And Armax getting inside, you can feel the air. You can smell the salt water. And to you, everything looks real. To them, you look like the painting version of it. And as you're looking around, you can see the sky, you can feel the sunlight. Your feet feel grass. This all feels real. This feels less a painting and more a portal.
I'm gonna stick my head in after him.
Alright?
Hey, buddy.
You can now see this. Oh, hold on. I forgot, I can do this.
Hey,
There you go.
Hey, buddy.
Alright,
So what am I seeing?
Armax. Pal. Friend.
you're seeing the landscape, but now you can see it as an actual place.
Oh.
Like, before it had really good 3D. Now it's actual place. You can walk up this cliff.
Did we get to the top of the cliff and there's a boy who committed suicide here?
I mean, do you go exploring?
Oh, hell yes, we're going to explore the magic
Alright.
painting. I take flight.
Okay.
Can you get back? Okay. Alright.
Armax, you fly up about 15 feet and then bonk, you hit the ceiling.
I hit the ceiling of the sky?
Yeah, you sort of like shake your head and look at it, and it feels like canvas. It still has intricate drawing. It still has the clouds moving through the sky, but it's perspective. You begin moving across, and you can feel the corner, where the corner of the painting would show. You begin moving to the farthest depths, and you hit the wall, and it's like the Truman Show. It looks real from a distance.
Brand, the sky. It's a box. Some kind of sky box.
Oh, fuck, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, just give me like a second. I pull my head out of the painting. Okay, Unit, Eleanor, I'm gonna go in after him, because if I don't, he may...
I think we should just take the picture somewhere safe. He's obviously not going anywhere. And then we can jump in.
I'm worried it might be dangerous in there for whatever reason. And then you and Unit get the painting out of here back to our rooms. On your way out, make sure you tell some of the crummy people around here that the house is now open for robbing. So that way there's too much mix-up for them to accuse just us of breaking. Cool?
Hey, Armax?
Mm-hmm.
Are you investigating?
I am investigating. This place is badass. This is the best painting I've ever bought.
Then make an investigation check. And as a reminder, you have idea.
Eleanor, Unit, you got me?
This is
I
stupid.
crit!
Armax, you now fully understand that this entire painted world is just a small box representative of what the painting should be. It is beautiful, it is intricate, but it only exists to what's visible. Going behind the cliff, and you can only just barely get there, it's just blank canvas. It's all perspective based. However, you do notice something. On the very edge of the cliff, where it looks like it was just finished, you see painting supplies. Small little inkwells and pots. What looks to be fragments of a brush. But you see one inkwell that's still full. It's orange. In this painting, there is not a single drop of orange at all.
So he was about to paint something orange here.
Hard to say. This painting looks complete. There's honestly nothing here that could be added that doesn't already have something on it. Like, seems more like he would use this for another painting.
So I'm gonna walk over and give Bran a little nudge to push him in, and then pick up the painting.
As I go into the painting, I am going to pull out my chain scythe and leave the pointy end hanging out of the painting.
Don't damage my painting.
I mean, you put the chain scythe out, and you do see it begin to slowly cut into the frame, as there's like a 1/4 inch of fabric in between one reality and the next.
Could you please stop damaging my painting?
Also, as Unit picks it up, you two feel the gravity and begin to fall out.
Whoa.
And many things do fall, like, shake. There's like a little picnic basket that was in the painting. There's a few other things. The inkwell falls out. But the sand, the dirt, some grass clippings, they all hit the front of the frame. But it's almost like glass to them. They just stay there. As if they were meant to be there.
Could we be hurt inside there?
Well, you did sort of tumble on your ass out. So you'd imagine probably.
No. I mean, could other people hear us while we were inside the painting?
Yes. You were heard as if you were just 5 feet away.
Oh, dude. We've got a perfect hiding spot now.
I shake the frame, make sure everything's out of it.
The other, like, empty paint wells fall out. One of them rolls underneath the bed and clanks off of something.
I will collect all of the items that have fallen out, put them in our little bag. Okay. Let's go to our rooms and have some people rob this place.
You go to pick up the remaining inkwells, and as you go underneath the bed, you find another frame.
Oh wait, hold on. I pull it out.
As a reminder, there is several paintings with tarps over them across the room.
I was going to say, we're probably going to take every painting in here.
Alright. You don't have the capability? Because they're all
I pull
marked,
out my silver box.
which is full of a gold statue.
Could I not throw all the shoes out and then it would be okay?
They are 4 by 6.
Can we stack the paintings on top of each other?
Would putting them in a bag of holding destroy reality as we know it?
They couldn't fit. Also, owning a bag of holding, you know anything that is a pocket dimension doesn't like being put in another pocket dimension.
Yeah, that's what I was scared.
And again, you can see the wear and tear on the frame for where your scythe just touched it. You get the impression these things are incredibly fragile.
We could call this gondola.
Right. So, do you collect the frames?
We collect.
Okay.
Yeah, collecting these frames. What do the other frames? What do the other pictures look like?
You collect 5 more frames. Of them, presuming you take the tarps off, you find one that looks like a beautiful, crisp, clean ocean, which is the light blue hue. You can see fish actively swimming around and darting. You can see another one that looks to be in the middle of a cyclone. The gusts of wind can almost be felt through the painting. Small bits of debris, like almost like the remnants of a house, begin twisting around it. Another one looks to be of a Gothic city, overcluttered and completely run down but still inhabited. Basking in pale moonlight, it is eerie as it is unsettling.
I love that painting.
One of them looks to be of a visage of hell itself, with molten rock and fire everywhere. You can see this monolith statue pouring magma into the ground. The last one has all the line drawn on it, but no color. It looks to be of a forest, but without any of the color in it, it's hard to tell.
I'll go ahead and collect all of the stuff that fell out of the painting.
I mean, you found a couple empty paint wells, and one that's still full.
Right, with horn.
All right, how are we going to carefully pack these things?
Yanit is the only one who could carry any one of them. He has no ability to carry more than one of them.
Do we have like a levitate spell or anything like that?
Not for me.
I don't have one.
I mean, the best I could do is I could do that, how long does Drawmange open up?
Say again?
That portal door I can do.
What spell?
The random portal.
Oh. Oh, a round. You'd be able to get one painting and one person through.
And I take it they probably wouldn't like going through that.
I mean, you would be able to get very many through.
Would 2 of us be able to carry another painting?
Tentatively. Like, again, it's as if the outer rim of them is just paper.
Real quick question. Of those ones, any of them have any orange on them?
In fact, no, they do not. Orange-esque colors, but not orange proper.
Tell me this. That forest, what month is it in it?
Without any color, it's hard to tell. But if you were to assume that the bits falling off of it are leaves. Maybe autumn?
I would like to walk into that painting.
You attempt to walk into the forest, and you hit canvas.
I hold up the vial of orange ink. Well, Aramax, do you think you're an artist?
I can pretend. What do I roll to test Aramax's art skills?
I'm going to say performance.
Oh,
As you
this
gave me
is-
the Bob Ross picture, you're just going to Bob Ross this.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I imagine. Is it possible for Aramax to flip his feathers out into a fro?
Yes.
We're just gonna take these mistakes. And turn them into little birdies.
Armax, you start pulling on the cap, and it's really difficult. When one thick pull, you just pull, and just you pop it off so quickly that the ink just spills on it. As it does this, the orange begins to move on its own, and to fill in certain spots.
I take a bit of the orange that is on my face and I place it in areas.
As soon as anything made from that pigment touches the canvas, it moves into its proper location. You definitely get the impression it's missing some colors.
Where is the art set?
You found fragments of a brush and some empty paint wells.
No, I mean like this is an art room.
Yeah.
Guy's got tools in him.
Well,
That is correct, but you did not find any.
While Aramax looks around, I'm going to investigate the other rooms.
Yeah, I'm gonna search for like any kind of like additional paint or anything like that. Are any of the other paintings like moving?
They all are, except for the one that has no ink.
Who wants to check the? Shoot, I'll check the fortress-looking one.
The one of fire, the one of gloom.
Gloomy.
All right. It's gonna go there.
It
Are you-
matches my color.
Are you gonna go together or separate?
Wait, where's he going?
He's going towards the gothic-looking city.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm heck yeah, go on there. That's my jam.
Right? Are you two gonna join them or just wait out here?
Come on, guys, it's Bloodborne.
I'll follow.
Oh man, this sounds like this would have been a really fun quest. This really sucks that that lady died.
I'll follow, I guess.
Hmm.
Oh shit! It is Bloodborne.
Yes, the literal picture is one of the Bloodborne cover arts.
That's 10 out of 10 would quest again.
So yeah, you
So
step
guys-
into this one and you're immediately hit with how just cold and damp it is. This small little city block, no, if you can call it that, is made of rusted metal and off-color stone. You can hear ominous howls in the background, but they seem sourceless and echoing. Most of the light here is made from moonlight, with just handfuls of lanterns and torches all around.
Make sure to light the torches.
They're lit. But yeah, Armax, you can begin to fly up, and again, you get about 10 feet up, and then you hit a sloping surface that's designed to represent what the painting could see.
The
This-
punch in the nearest building.
This entire area is about 30 by 30. Right. You punch a painting?
Yeah, I want to see how solid this thing is.
We should probably not do that.
Solid as a rock. It has a satisfying stone sound. Like imagine dropping a sledgehammer into a statue. It has that sound, but it doesn't budge.
I don't think it's real.
What gives you that idea?
It's still standing. I punched it really hard.
Well, maybe they are better at building things than you are at smashing things.
Let's try it again. I punched it even harder.
Again, you make this satisfying slam. and all of you can feel the building shake, but they're still standing, unfazed.
Alright. Start searching for paint and oil supplies. Or, you know, some painter that's sitting around.
Okay.
Alright, roll investigations.
It's like we're in an episode of Scooby-Doo.
Bran, being so attuned to the creepy and odd, you take a guess and you check behind what looks to be like a low-hanging well, and sure enough, similar to the hill in the other painting, you see remnants of what looks to be normal stuff. You see like a half-eaten sandwich. You can see what looks to be fabric from a smock, and some discarded painting supplies, only one of which is untouched. It's a jar of red paint.
I grabbed the jar of red paint.
Alright, is that it?
Is there anything else here?
I mean, is the half-eaten sandwich any good?
No, it looks like it's at least 2 weeks old.
Well,
You'd think that this kid would be better at keeping his supplies clean. All right, let's go take this and we go. And shall we paint this one as well?
we shall.
More
I guess.
carefully.
I
Define
would like
carefully.
to.
May I try
When
again?
did D&D turn into Van Gogh time?
Well, not really skillful, but again, anytime you touch the red paint, it moves to where it wants to. And you can see it actually blend in with some of the orange. And it does create sort of what looks to be an autumn-esque forest, but with the sky that looks more twilight. Sort of oddly twilight.
I start picking up
Forest on
paintings
fire.
and I shake them over the forest painting just to speed things up.
Alright. You shake them, and the contents do shake inside of them, but nothing falls out.
All right, let's go into that volcano.
Alright. Where at first you were hit with cold and damp, you are now hit with dry and hot. The stone beneath you is cool enough, but you can feel the radiating heat from the magma. You can smell the sulfur in the air. And you can hear what almost sounds like mining going on in all directions. This definitely feels less like hell, but it's definitely a hell of a place. So make investigations.
It's over, Bran. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
You're right, I do.
In
I have
it,
a -1 to intelligence.
lodged underneath one of the crags of stone, you can see what looks to be a small sketchbook that's half burned up, and a couple more jars, only one of them still full. Blue.
Guys, I got the blue.
All right. Everybody hop out.
Okay.
Ordered the
And,
painting.
and we will paint again. I just suck at
dump it.
painting.
You just dump
I
the
just
blue
dumped
on it, and it fits perfectly. You can actually see what looks to be a stream running down the center, and more of the trees begin to fill in with blue, which is odd, because there aren't blue trees in autumn. You can also
Maybe it's
see what
a-
looks to be like a blue hut in the back.
Oh shit, he went to Smurf Village. How many paintings does that leave?
2. The ocean
Ocean.
and the cyclone.
Let's go to the ocean first.
Alright, you step into it, and you're immediately caught off guard by the fact that, oh, there's no air here.
Guys, I can't breathe.
Although, it doesn't taste like salt water. It tastes like fresh water. Much to your surprise. But you do have like bits of a sunken ship. You do see small little outcroppings of stone where fish are jumping in and out of. You can see these beautiful sunbeams cutting into the water. Making checks.
Alright. What happened to the party? Oh, they died in a painting. Man.
You did well.
kills it.
This one was actually a little harder, as you don't find the supplies, but you do see small jellyfish with weird contents inside of them. One of them has half of a brush, another one has what looks to be pieces of an easel, and one of them still has a full jar. Thankfully corked so it didn't spill. Green. Rabble rubber. And hey, you guys are dry as soon as you leave it. You're still out of breath, but you're dry.
Okay, we gotta find this guy. He's gotta paint us more stuff.
Who paints in that?
I don't know. He must have had a tube.
You begin pouring the green, and the green takes up a majority of the rest of the painting. And you can see that it is indeed a forested area, but it's not autumn. There are autumn trees. There's twilight, sort of sunlight. But this is not a forest any of you are familiar with. It's very vibrant, but still has dark undertones.
Would I know the type of forest based on living in a forest?
Roll nature.
Is it the Feywild? I swear if it's the Feywild. Nice.
Damn.
Is it?
It's still missing color. It might be a forest.
Does it at all familiar in feeling as to place I was taken before when I was talking to my patron?
Now that you bring that up, it does have similar hints. The twilight color.
This guy went way over his head.
Oh my god, this kid followed his dad into the Feywild?
And
It's like
the bonus XP goes to Armax.
That would be like me following Neil Armstrong into space.
That was stupid of them. Feywild is not a place for people.
Into the cyclone. By the way, we're probably gonna go there.
I mean, why? Yeah. Went into the Feywild, his mom's dead. What point is there us risking the Feywild? Trust me, it's not a place you want to go to lightly.
Armax is just
You've been there?
Excitement.
No. No.
You just make me want to go there more, so...
As he says this, he puts one hand into the cyclone painting, and he is dragged in.
That's not what... Oh, gosh!
I grab Brand's hand.
You were dragged in with him.
Son of a... You did?
Brand grabs you, Knit grabs LNL. LNL goes, fuck.
Oh no, I stay far, far away from this.
The two of you are just being spun in a circle. Though thankfully, the room only being 30 by 30, it's a very quick spin.
I like this painting.
It's deafening but disorienting.
This is my favorite painting.
Make your investigation checks with disadvantage. As you're in a fecking cyclone. Oh.
It just hits him in the face.
You don't actually go in, you just wait. And after a couple seconds, you Mr. Miyagi a jar out of the wind.
Like chopsticks with a fly?
Yes. And you have a yellow jar. Armax and Brian are still spinning.
Come on!
It's fun!
Is that a cow? Oh, that's just Armax. Is that another cow? No, it's still Armax.
You can pull them out. Like, Yanit could. Elenil couldn't. At least not without a
I
check.
reach in. Please grab on! Grab on.
Like, being in it, it felt less like a tornado and more like a really good whirlpool at like a Vegas casino.
I grab the paint from their hands and use it on the painting.
You pour it in, and it fills in completely. Every aspect of it is now currently filled in. You can no longer see the line drawings. Upon the last drop of paint hitting the canvas, a sort of ripple occurs that's almost water-like. And the painting comes to life. You can now see the trees blowing. You can now see beams of light casting shadows. You can see small little wisps of light even dancing in the air. Like small little orbs before they wisp away.
I say yippee and I bounce into the painting.
I immediately run in after him.
This is a terrible, okay, I will go.
And as you all enter in, Bran, this doesn't have the same feel, but this looks very familiar to a forested area you were once brought.
I'm very uncomfortable.
And across the way, you can see a small little hut with what looks to be a human child with dark auburn hair wearing a smock, feverishly painting something. And in front of him... Ooh, sorry. You see this.
Oh.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Isn't that what killed Bob Ross?
No, Bob Ross never died. He just went back home.
No, he found one of his paintings.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a mistake that got turned into a tree, guys.
You know, he's gonna have a really bad day.
We're gonna have to get this settled pretty quick so that we get out of here before the guards come back.
Hey, well, maybe if we get really lucky, maybe he can paint his mom back